Hi, guys. I'm Mary Richardson, and I help you get unstuck. Some things that I've experienced and seen with entrepreneurs is they get stuck in a lot of issues that other people don't get stuck in. So, in this video, I'm going to talk about some of these things. For instance, how can you turn off your brain? How do you find, you know, that work-life balance where you can have self-care, you can have time for your business, and have time for the family, dogs, cats, pets, and everything that's important to you. Um, what entrepreneurs can really get stuck with, though, is regulating the nervous system so that you can navigate your feelings, your emotions, situations, adversity, and how you can bounce back afterwards without going to that place where it feels like you can't have what you want. And it can be like a roller coaster. So let's dive in. If you are an entrepreneur, comment below, comment entrepreneur below. And um, I am going to reach out and start doing some weekly meditations where completely free, you can jump in and will more than likely be on TikTok. But just comment below entrepreneur and I'll reach out to you with more information on when and where. And it'll be a regular weekly thing and be fabulous because I think it can really help you. And you can also comment on meditations that you think would help you. For instance, are you struggling with releasing unprocessed trauma? Wanting to know where that trauma is stored in your body um, so that you can have peace and not always be functioning from a state of panic or worry, stress, because when we make decisions in that panic mode, more than likely they're not going to be the best decision. So, this is all about you being an entrepreneur and how I can help you um, deal better with the things that you're struggling with. Um, getting to the root cause of these issues, a lot of times it goes back to the inner child. And I know some people don't believe in it, and that if that's not for you, that's fine. If you don't like to meditate or you don't want to transform into a better version of yourself, if you don't believe in all that woo woo stuff or spirit guides, then you can just keep scrolling. This isn't for you. But if you are wanting to transform who you are into where you want to be, you're motivated to take your business and yourself to the next level and to overcome all those things that you have been holding you back, maybe in small ways, but maybe it's like a million small ways that you're sabotaging yourself. This video is for you. So let's look at, first of all, some self sabotage things. Sabotage, self sabotage can show up in ways that keep you from doing the things that you know are going to help you and your business move forward. Now, business is always risky, but part of that mindset is you have to be willing to look at different options in your business. And if you are not moving forward where you want to be, and you see that you're sabotaging yourself in little ways or big ways, here's some examples. You don't get to bed on time, or when you do try to sleep, you have insomnia, or you're constantly experiencing insomnia because of those regurgitating, worrying thoughts that keep coming around, or the what if thoughts that feel like the worst case scenario is the only option, and you feel like you're going to worry the problem away. You're going to overthink it and not take positive action, or just deprive yourself of sleep so that you can keep on worrying. And you keep those self sabotaging events alive because somehow they're serving you. Somehow they are keeping you either focused on the problem, but what can happen is you're not really working to solve the problem, they just keep you stuck. And that's where it can feel like one negative situation can cause you so much self-sabotage that you don't wanna move forward. Maybe, part of entrepreneurship is really surviving adversity, surviving when people say no, when clients or potential clients say no, and constantly having to build yourself back up and build your mindset back up to being confident and sure that what you have to offer is valuable and can help somebody. What can happen is you get too many no's, and instead of seeing that as you're getting closer to yes from your next client, you can start doubting yourself, doubting what you're doing, making excuses not to show up in your business, not to show up and do the work that has worked before. And it's a little trick of your mind trying to convince you in order to keep you safe, in order to keep you healed, in order to keep you alive on the planet, your brain can convince you that just ridiculous things like you'll never get another client or none of your clients will have good results or just ridiculous insane things even though you've already gotten clients that had great results. So these thought processes, the worrying, the anxious thoughts, it can feel like you just can't turn off your brain and just do the work. You can feel just so unbalanced where your needs aren't being met. Where you're not doing any self-care because it feels like you don't have time. And really, what your brain picks up is that you're refusing to make time for self-care, refusing to make time to sit quietly and connect with your spirit guides, get inspiration, get understanding and guidance through a meditative process. It can feel like you have to just keep going 100% 24 hours a day in your business. And we may even say that to ourselves that we have to go to bed late, get up early. But what we find that we're doing is we might be going to bed late, but we're binge watching something on TV. We're not really working in the business. And it's as if you're stealing your sleep time in order to get self-care time. Because during the day, you're not getting self-care in a way that's meaningful for you. Self-care, just a couple of hints or tips that could help you. Self-care can be anything from a word of encouragement to yourself, acknowledging your achievements as you go through the day, and having self-compassion. These are all forms of self-care. Of course, meditation is working out, having a spa day or doing something great for yourself, at home, like uh, reading your favorite book or whatever. Those are, of course, self-care things, but the self-care that we often neglect and turn away from are the easiest types of self-care. These self-encouragement. We look for that outside of ourselves. We secretly hold the expectation sometimes that others should be praising us and that that's going to be enough to keep us going. When in reality, nobody can give you everything that you need all the time. That's why it has to come from ourselves. So those of you who already know this, who have done inner child work and have seen the results, how it took you from where one point, and just a simple meditation on the other side of it, you feel differently. You feel better. You're more optimistic, and you can't really explain what happened. It's the difference between the unconscious mind, which is deep within us, and the conscious mind. The conscious mind is trying to figure out why we feel better after we meditate. It's trying to understand in terms of logic what happened. But what happens in meditation often, or even hypnosis, is that you're accessing a deeper part of yourself. You're accessing that program that's running, and you can make changes. And the logic part of you doesn't understand how that happens. So when you're busy in your business, or you think you should be busy in your business, but really you're just wasting time and with distractions, you're even distractions are a form of self-sabotage. They're a form of telling yourself you're afraid of failing. And what happens when we're not showing up in our business 100%? We're on the path to failing because you're not doing the work. And that's what's scary is if you're only, yeah, you're sitting at your desk or you're doing work in your business, but you're not really present. You're worried about everything else. Where meditation can help you is to clear out all that clutter so that when you do go back the next day to your business or the next night, whatever, you're fully present. You're fully able to give to your clients now because you've cleared out everything that was weighing you down. And that's where I come in to help you do that. Have you ever noticed um, that voice in your head that sort of demands that you're perfect, that you do more, and that makes you feel shameful if you're not? Or is constantly comparing you to someone else in the same kind of business that leaves you just feeling constantly unworthy? Like, no matter what you do, it's never enough. If you do everything just like someone else, then your brain will switch and pick up another shiny object, another guru who's crushing it, and start comparing you to that person. And of course, you're not gonna have met all those obligations because you're not that person. So it's like constantly that imposter syndrome setting you up for failing. So I've talked about a couple of things. Let's review. Imposter syndrome, inner child healing, releasing unprocessed trauma, regulating your nervous system. These are some things that I will be having meditations on in the future. If you want to be invited to that, DM or click on my link or make a comment that just says entrepreneur. And if you can't spell it or you don't want to look it up, doesn't matter. Just put invite me and I will invite you to those meditations. 100% free, about 20 minutes where you can just unload, unwind, and leave feeling calm. So I hope this helps you, and I will see you in the next video. I look forward to your comments. Be well, my friends.